Hello, this is Trent Smith with the National Weather Service in Missoula, Montana, doing the planning briefing for October 18th, 2020. Quickly going over the weather threat matrix. A lot's going to be occurring this next coming week. Tonight we're still looking at some lingering precipitation in the area, bringing snow to the higher terrain and maybe some freezing rain to northwest Montana. A few lingering showers on Tuesday, another Arctic system for Wednesday. Ongoing cold and snow for Thursday, and maybe a pretty good system coming in Friday into the Saturday time frame. Kind of just looking at the satellite, we're still in that northwesterly flow as moisture continues to move over the area. This should be exiting the area later tonight into tomorrow, causing slightly drier conditions, but still some issues for tonight. So right here is one model's prediction of what's going to be occurring tonight. As you can see, we're looking at some still widespread shower activity during the evening hours, and that's going to slowly make its way off to the east by tomorrow morning. The snow is going to be mainly confined to the higher terrain right along the Continental Divide. This model is actually trying to indicate rain in the valley locations for areas kind of south of the Highway 200 corridor. That's probably pretty good, but areas north of that, the cold air is still going to be well entrenched, like Kalispell and maybe even parts of the Mission Valleys could experience snow, a freezing rain kind of mix, and even that Silly Swan corridor could have some issues by the Monday time frame. Then come Monday afternoon, we are looking at the winds picking up with some gust potential of about 30 miles per hour in like the Missoula Valley, the I-90 corridor, especially from Drummond to Deer Lodge, along the Continental Divide, and maybe even some fewer gusts coming down into the Bitterroot Valley, especially around Stevensville. Could probably see some gusty winds. And then also some winds impacting the Camas Prairie, but with gust potential being more in the 20 mile per hour range. So let me go and show you a model representation of what's going to be occurring this coming week. So this model is just kind of starting off with what's occurring right now. What I have depicted here is the temperatures at the surface along with the pressure lines across the area to kind of show you where high pressures and low pressures are going to be moving through, and I'll try to explain them as they come about. So as you can see, we still have some fairly cool air over northwest Montana into southwest. That's due to that last system. That should be moving out of the area come Monday into Tuesday as warmer air starts making its way across the area. Again, not looking at too much in the way of any impacts, but it's really this kind of Wednesday evening, Wednesday night into Thursday time frame. We start getting this high pressure, this colder air sliding out of Canada. It's going to cause some Arctic air to start spilling over into northwest Montana. As it does so, this will be bringing some snow to northwest and then actually spreading it throughout western Montana. Looking at some breezy to windy northeast winds, especially at Bad Rock Canyon, and maybe even this time out of the Hellgate Canyon near Missoula. So a little bit stronger system than what we just had, so a better chance for more areas to get snow, as I'll go into more detail. That cold air kind of just lingers over the area with off and on snow impacting the Northern Rockies. And then come on Friday time frame, we're actually going to be looking at a low pressure system that's going to come on shore out of Oregon and move across southern Idaho. As this system moves across, it's really going to start bringing in some colder air into the region, really tightening up that pressure gradient. So we're looking at increased winds, northeasterly winds. Even the Camas Prairie down into Reagan's could probably get some decent northerly winds, but prior to that, they could actually get some southerly winds. As this low moves to the south, we are looking at some moisture being wrapped around into southwest Montana and north central Idaho, bringing more snow to the region. There's still a lot of uncertainty on the exact path of that low, which I'll try to explain here in a little bit. So snow accumulations are going to be very wide, as I'll explain. And then that cold air setting up by Sunday morning, we're looking at extremely cold temperatures, maybe even some record-setting readings by the Sunday morning time frame. So what I'm trying to depict here is the snow forecast for Wednesday night and Thursday with that first Arctic. So on the far left is at least this amount of snow is going to fall over the area, especially across northwest Montana, up into Glacier National Park. We're looking at least a dusting of snow in Kalispell with upwards to about 5 inches in the higher terrain and maybe in Marias Pass. So the middle image is actually the most likely occurrence across the area, across the Northern Rockies. As you can see, it's more widespread, with even Missoula potentially getting a half an inch, Kalispell getting an inch. This time the mountains along the divide getting upwards to 8 inches with it. So again, this is the most likely occurrence. But on the higher end, confidence is low, but can't totally rule it out of this snow amounts where the higher terrain along the divide could get upwards to a foot of snow, with Kalispell potentially getting upwards to 2 inches, and snow even making it all the way down to Lowell, and maybe even a dusting down into the Camas Prairie, and some light snow across Lemhi County. So again, at least this amount of snow is going to fall. Most likely snow accumulations with this Wednesday night into Thursday, but can't rule it out, but confidence is low on these higher numbers. So I'll be showing very similar images for that Friday night through Saturday. Again, the far left is at least this amount of snow is anticipated for that Friday night into Saturday with that low pressure system, with Butte getting 2 inches of snow, a higher terrain getting upwards to 4 to 6 inches, with impacts at Lost Trail, Lolo Pass, and out into north central Idaho and Lemhi County. Again, the most likely scenario is the middle image, with widespread snow throughout the Northern Rockies, 2.5 inches in Missoula, 2 inches in Kalispell, 3 inches in Butte, but especially the higher terrain of north central Idaho, Lemhi County is probably going to get the brunt. And then low confidence, but can't rule it out, is the far right image, where 2 to 4 inches of snow falling across western Montana, 2 to 4 inches in Lemhi County, then with some really hefty snow in portions of Clearwater and Idaho County. So as I said, the temperatures are looking to be fairly cool across the area. We're looking at a bit of a warm up on Monday, Tuesday, but these temperatures are still below normal for this time of year. But by the weekend, they're really going to be dropping off, especially here we have Kalispell, Missoula, Hamilton, and Butte. And then the following traces are for Orofino, Grangeville, and Salmon. So again, these are the maximum high temperatures, and we're looking at some pretty cold conditions for next weekend. So looking at that 6 to 10 day outlook, we are looking at above normal precipitation, but it's really that cold air. We have a high probability of temperatures still remaining cold into next week, as that trough of low pressure kind of just sits right over the western United States, just keeping us really cold for this time of year. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at the number on the screen, visit our website, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. Thank you.